According to statistics, only 100% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. This is due to a glitch that causes people who are subscribed to my channel to watch my videos. So please unsubscribe so we can decrease that number. That'd be greatly appreciated. What's up, gamers? This is the 3rd year anniversary of my Minecraft survival world, which means that I'll be showing and talking about everything that I built during my 3rd year. All shots are recorded in creative mode, so you can get the best angles, and it's on a copy of my world, so you don't have to worry about me cheating in my survival world. So this is my main hub, and the first thing you'll notice that's different from last year is that the vibrant jungle grass is now replaced with moss, because the vibrant grass was just way too uncomfortable for me to look at. And I also have a mycelium path with some nice lighting structures. I wanted something that actually looked good, which normal path blocks don't. They're really ugly, don't use them. The second thing you'll notice, outside of my moss and my path, is that there's a copper statue now. And last time I showed I had the first block built, but now it's actually finished, and it took half a year to fully oxidize. I changed my communist Pegasus into Ukrainian Pegasus to remember this war that happened, and the communist Pegasus was just way too edgy for present day me. Another thing that's just way too edgy for present day me is Among Us, and that's why I replaced the Among Us character with new birds from Deltarune. And unlike Among Us, Deltarune is actually one of my interests, so I thought it would be a good idea to replace the Among Us character with new birds. And the last wool statue is this cute pink thing with really cute eyes that make me cry when I look at them. And I thought I needed something to spice up my hub, so that's why I built it. And it kinda looks like Kirby. Next is the storage, and I expanded the tower. I added more thick mobs. And I built a clam that has multiple layers down, because my original storage was too disorganized. Last time I showed you my weeping and twisting vines farm, but I destroyed it now because it's ugly and I had no use of it. So instead, I now have a quartz fruit farm. Last time I also showed you my museum, and at the time it only had 2 buildings and a skeleton, but now I've expanded it and I added a cool bridge leading to it, and it has more mobs. Now has a top layer. The top layer is empty as I'm recording this because I don't know what to put there. Unlike the top layer though, the basement has trophies in it. also has a nether portal block, and that's because I used a glitch to get it, and I haven't placed any of them, but they are spread around in chests and item frames around the world. To the right of the museum, a bridge leads to a painting showcase. And to the left, there's a plant showcase. Biggest project I have ever made in Minecraft, and that's I hollowed a small mountain down to Y63 sea level, and hollowing it down to Y63 took 10 months, and I had to cut off at a few places because the dirt just kept going and going forever. I also preserved a cave that had vines in it because I thought that was just really cool, unique generation for jungles. And I also preserved some water, because I preserved a cave, might as well preserve water, right? There is one major flaw with this hollow mountain, and that is that it looks like a cave, but it isn't even trying to be one. That's where my Caves and Cliffs showcase comes in and really succeeds, because this thing is actually meant to look like a cave. It's dedicated to showcasing every feature announced at Minecraft Live 2022, for the original Caves and Cliffs update, along with all the related features. Since last time I added goats, to the left there's candles, and going down you'll find a mob spawner, except it contains a jukebox that plays other stuff. And if you continue walking, you'll enter a small noodle cave, which leads into a big lush cave that shows that caves are now bigger and lush caves exist. If you go into the minecart track, it leads into a mineshaft with an iron ore vein, and into a big deep state cave with an aquifer. If you go into the elevator, you'll see all the different mountain types. And going back down leads you into a copper ore vein and a cheese plus dripstone cave. And going further leads you into a hole that leads to the deep dark showcase. It's not finished yet, so I'm not going to show it in the video. So that's been the main hub. Now let's take a boat ride to the west. Because in the west, I have a secondary hub. And the reason this hub exists is because I wanted a sheep farm, but I didn't want to chop down more trees in the jungle to make one. Along with that, the idea of domesticating more parts of my world felt quite intriguing, which is why I have proper infrastructure here, and why I have so many projects here. One of my favorite changes to the secondary hubs since last year is that you can now drop down from the Blue Ice Highway and straight into the regular Ice Highway, and I just think it's a really fun thing to do, so I wanted to mention it. The Ice Highway takes you all around the secondary hub, and it eventually leads into Clock Tower. The Clock Tower is what gets you back up to the Blue Ice Highway and back to main hub. In the main hub, I hollowed out a mountain, and here in the secondary hub, I hollowed out an island down to the original bedrock layer. Now I've also hollowed out the bit under the dirt down to Y-64. So there's one area in the secondary hub which is mostly dedicated to animal homes. There's also a lion statue and a dripstone farm shaped like a hedgehog. So I started the project of the animal homes because because I had way too many pets randomly scattered around my world, and it was really annoying that they didn't do anything other than exist. The animal homes I've got are cats, parrots, foxes, bees, and axolotls. Outside the animal homes, I have another cute thing in the secondary hub, and that's this bee in a boat. The story behind this is that when bees were first added, I decided to bring some home, and one of them managed to get into a boat. It was such a cute and unexpected thing that I still remember it to this day. So I built this 1:1 scale bee in a boat in honor of that moment. The last thing that I want to talk about in my secondary hub area is this drained lake that has no blocks in it. It started when I needed sand for a project, and I hollowed out 2 islands. One of them became the island that I hollowed out to Bedrock layer, and the other I just left for like half a year and did nothing with it. But later that year, I got a desire to make a Noteblock song, and I needed a big open space to be able to do that, so I thought the hollow island was a good place to start. From there I expanded it to cover the entire space within the boundaries of my ice highway. So far I've made 3 songs, and I'll play them as the end screen for this video. So that's all in the secondary hub, and now we'll be moving on to things in my world that aren't really connected to anything, but that I still want to show you. Here is my end portal room, and it used to just be an ugly, normal end portal room, but I hated looking at it, so I needed to change it. And now it's got a really satisfying color scheme, and I really like how it turned out. Hopping into the end portal, you'll see that we enter the end, and I have destroyed the obsidian towers. There's nothing much to say about it other than I did it, and it went surprisingly fast. So that's been the end towers. Another kind of insignificant thing is that I have a nicer hallway in my nether hub. Instead of being just netherrack and glass, it's now quartz netherrack and glass arranged in a different pattern than before. You probably didn't know this, but in the first tour of my survival world, I showed you a castle. Back then it only had 2 towers, but now I've added an entrance. Absolute last thing I will show you is the custom biome. I got the inspiration for this when watching an IBX Toycat video, and he was placing corals in a T-shape in this river, and I thought that looked really spooky and eerie, and wanted to recreate something like that in Minecraft. And I think the color scheme really makes it look eerie, but I don't know if it's too crowded. There's also the customized jungle temple. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope you gained some inspiration for your own Minecraft worlds. So thank you and bye!